Good morning. It's so great to be with all of you today. It's hard to believe that it's just been 18 months since we announced Microsoft 365 Copilot. In that very short time, we have learned a lot. Copilot is rapidly becoming an organizing layer for work. How work gets done, transforming the work, workflow, and work artifacts for more than 400 million people who use Microsoft 365. And we see that in our data. The number of people who use Copilot daily at work has nearly doubled quarter over quarter. And customers are coming back to deploy more seats. Copilot adoption rates, in fact, are faster than any other new Microsoft 365 suite. You can think of Copilot as the UI for AI. It helps you break down these silos between your work artifacts, your communications, and your business processes. And we're just getting started. In fact, with scaling laws, as AI becomes more capable and even agentic, the models themselves become more of a commodity, and all the value gets created by how you steer, ground, fine-tune these models with your business data and workflow. And how it composes with the UI layer of human to AI to human interaction becomes critical. Today, we're announcing Wave 2 of Microsoft 365 Copilot. You will see us evolve Copilot in three major ways. First, it's about bringing the web plus work plus pages together as the new AI system for knowledge work. With Pages, we'll show you how Copilot can take any information from the web or your work and turn it into a multiplayer AI-powered canvas. You can ideate with AI and collaborate with other people. It's just magical. Just like the PC birthed office productivity tools as we know them today, and the web made those canvases collaborative, every platform shift has changed work artifacts in fundamental ways. And Pages is the first new artifact for the AI age. Second, we will show you how Copilot is becoming deeply integrated into canvases where you work every day, whether it's managing your inbox in Outlook, analyzing data in Excel, or creating in PowerPoint. Copilot always keeps you in your flow. You can see this with Copilot in PowerPoint with Narrative Builder, Copilot in Excel with Python, Copilot in Outlook with Prioritize My Inbox, and much, much more. And lastly, we will show you how you can extend Copilot with agents. Copilot is becoming this new enterprise orchestration layer. Yesterday's bespoke interactions with siloed business applications will just simply become Copilot agents. I cannot wait to see what you do with all these new capabilities. To share more, let me turn it over to Jared. Thank you so much. Jared?
Thank you, Satya. I'm really excited to talk to you about Copilot Wave 2. In developing Microsoft 365 Copilot, we've been more deeply engaged with our customers than ever before. Nearly 1,000 customers have given us feedback on how they're using Copilot, where it's having the biggest impact, and where it needs to be better. And based on that feedback, we've made more than 700 product updates. We've shipped 150 new features, and we've dramatically improved performance, including moving to GPT-4o. Copilot responses are now 2 times faster on average, and response satisfaction has improved by 3x. When you add it all up, Copilots become the world's best feedback loop for AI at work. And we'll continue to relentlessly improve the product based on your input, adding new capabilities and new models, including OpenAI o1 with advanced reasoning. Satya outlined the 3 ways we're evolving Copilot as part of Wave 2. And we've got a lot to cover. So let's dive in. Copilot is the new UI for AI, bringing together the web plus work plus Pages, the first new digital artifact for the age of AI. Pages is a dynamic, persistent canvas designed for multiplayer AI collaboration. Let me show you. Let's say you work for an EV charging company, and there's a new business opportunity with LAX Airport. You start by asking Copilot to do some research on the web. You want some basic information, like the number of daily passengers and information on the number of parking spaces with EV chargers. Copilot's grounded in the web, so it can reason over the entire internet and quickly pull the relevant information. In just seconds, you have a great start with answers to your questions. You now want to turn this simple response into a page. Here, you can keep working on your own, with colleagues, or with Copilot. You can share a page just like you'd share a link to a Word doc. You want to share what you've got so far, and ask your colleagues to help with a little more research, so you tag them. And once you do, everyone can immediately start to contribute. Pages are built for exactly this type of work. While your colleagues pull in the latest industry news, you continue to do more research to build out the business case. Copilot provides citations along the way so you can check its work before adding it to the page. Now, what you just saw was Copilot bringing information from the web, putting it on a canvas, and enabling you to collaborate with your coworkers. Starting today, we're bringing this Pages experience to the more than 400 million people who already have access to the free web-grounded Microsoft Copilot when they're signed in with their Entra account. You saw how valuable it was to use Copilot to pull information from the web. It saved you multiple web searches and lots of hunting and pecking. Now, we all rely on information from the web to do our jobs, but where work really happens is in Microsoft 365. And it all starts with BizChat, where all of your data comes together, web data, work data, and line of business data, right in the flow of your work. BizChat turns your organizational content into a rich database of information and insight. So let's go back to the demo. We'll start by pivoting from web to work. You need to get started on a plan for your proposal, but you don't want to reinvent the wheel. So you ask Copilot to reference a previous plan to give you a head start on this one. Copilot pulls in the deliverables, the workback schedule, and owners, and formats it all as a table in your page. Now you're ready to collaborate with your colleagues on the plan. Here you see coworkers updating the workback schedule and assigning owners. Now let's get to work on the proposal outline. As a first step, you need to understand what the customer is looking for. Your coworker had an introductory 2-hour meeting with the customer last week. So from right here in Pages, they asked Copilot to reference the recording of that meeting and insert a bulleted list of the requirements. In seconds, Copilot was able to synthesize the discussion and give your team the key takeaways. Now that you know what it's going to take to win the business, you're ready to start building the proposal. Last year, you landed a similar deal, so you want to reuse that great work. You ask Copilot to use that proposal as a starting point and update it to include the new customer requirements. With one last click, Copilot pulls it all together for you. Pages is an entirely new pattern of work. A dynamic, persistent canvas that's designed for human to AI to human collaboration. Pages is just the first step in our new design system for knowledge work, and it all comes together in BizChat. With BizChat, all of your data becomes a reusable business asset, enabling you to iterate with Copilot like a partner, right in the flow of your work. For millions of people around the world, work happens in the Microsoft 365 apps. There, Copilot's already becoming a daily habit, delivering personal productivity gains and time savings. Customers tell us that Copilot in Teams has already transformed meetings, and we're excited to do the same thing for Excel, PowerPoint, and Outlook. Let's start with Excel. Businesses run on data, and that data often lives in different systems, from ERP to CRM. But when people want to work with that data and really get value from it, they turn to Excel. It's the front end for all your business data. We're excited to announce that today, Copilot in Excel is generally available. Let's take a look.
Thanks, Jared. Say you want to understand revenue trends. First step, importing all your data. You bring together data on product sales, pricing, and customer feedback, drawing from Salesforce, SAP, and Dynamics. Now, you have a workbook with all the raw data you need in one place, and you can use Copilot to shape and analyze the numbers. Let's start by figuring out which category of your business is driving the most revenue. You know how to calculate that, but this sheet has 3 years of sales data, so while it's a routine task, this much data can be unwieldy. You ask Copilot to quickly calculate monthly revenue by product. It knows exactly how to do that and which data to reference across tabs. Copilot creates a plan for how to run those numbers, executes that plan showing its work as it goes, and prompts you to ask questions or iterate on the solution it reached. It looks great, so you're ready to add that column to your spreadsheet. Now, a new request has come in, and you need to understand how each product category is performing And ensure you're selling at least $100,000 of product in each category per month. Let's start by comparing sales by category. You ask Copilot to create a simple bar chart so you can quickly see which product categories are selling best. And with conditional formatting, it highlights the product lines that aren't meeting the 100K minimum threshold, so you know where to focus. Now that we know which products aren't selling as well, let's dig a little deeper and see what we can learn from customer feedback. Copilot in Excel can now reason over text, like this raw customer data. Copilot analyzes all the customer feedback from the past quarter and surfaces the top 3 concerns. It looks like charging speed might be an emerging issue, so let's ask Copilot to highlight customer reviews that mention charging speed. Now, with the help of Copilot, you've taken a complex, disparate data set and quickly analyzed it, giving you a full picture of your revenue trends that you can bring to the upcoming business review. If you're a financial analyst, you live in Excel. You're analyzing and mining the data for insights that make a huge difference to your business. And we know that Python, one of the most popular programming languages on the planet, is fast becoming an indispensable tool for advanced analysis, modeling, and data visualization. Today, we are excited to announce Copilot in Excel with Python, democratizing its powerful capabilities, all without needing to know how to code. It's like adding a highly skilled data analyst to your team. Take a look. You're working on your company's annual revenue forecast, planning for the next fiscal year. This can be a time-intensive task, but now Copilot can write and interpret Python code, making your job a whole lot easier. In just a couple of clicks, Copilot does an advanced analysis, reasoning over 3 years of historical sales data. Just like an analyst would, Copilot opens up a new workspace where you can experiment to get the insights you're looking for, all without altering your original data. It shows a preview of what it's reasoning over, creates a plan to analyze it in a way that is immediately useful, and executes it by running and writing Python code, giving you a quick picture of your numbers. Now you're ready to iterate on Copilot's work, so let's ask it to forecast your annual revenue for the next 2 years. Copilot repeats the pattern, creating a plan for how to tackle the task, writing and running Python code, and prompting you to iterate and ask questions about its work. If you want to make any edits to the Python code itself, you can do so directly in the workbook. This is the power of bringing Python directly into the Excel grid. Let's take it a step further. You want to understand which customers are prioritized to close gaps and meet your revenue goal. So you go back to your original customer data and ask Copilot to use Python to rank customers based on upsell opportunity. As Copilot gets to work, it jumps back to your analysis workspace. It prioritizes the most helpful metrics and provides a preview of the data it will use. It ranks them, and within moments, you have a prioritized table. You want to see a visualization of the customer ranking and understand the weighting methodology Copilot used. Copilot quickly creates a chart and gives you a detailed breakdown of how it arrived at the answer. Within minutes, you've worked with Copilot to create a detailed summary of your data, all without writing a single line of code. Now you're ready to send your report to the sales team and collaborate on it together.
Just like Excel is the destination for data analysis, PowerPoint is where people go to create and tell a story. Introducing Narrative Builder. Now, Copilot is your creative partner as you iterate and co-create to develop the structure and flow of your presentation, all while keeping you in control. And with Brand Manager, it's easier than ever to bring your story to life with beautiful presentations that are on brand. Let's see it in action. Let's say you're a sales lead getting ready to pitch a new retail customer. You ask Copilot to create a compelling pitch deck in your company template that shows how your product will attract shoppers and keep them in the store longer. Now, with Copilot and PowerPoint's new Narrative Builder, you are in creative control. It starts with a draft outline, where you can reorder the flow, delete topics you don't want, or add new ones, and ensure you've got a solid outline before creating a presentation. Let's add a section on our key value props tailored to customer insights. and another section with customer testimonials. Within seconds, you have a content outline and you're ready to start on your presentation. Copilot makes a plan for creating the slides and executes it, crafting the titles and draft copy, pulling in images from your corporate library, and applying your company's PowerPoint template so the presentation is on brand. Now you're ready to iterate with Copilot as your partner. It looks like this slide could use an image. You tell Copilot what you're looking for, and within seconds, it provides several options from your company's approved image library. Copilot can also provide AI-generated images using Designer and DALL-E 3. Now that you've selected a photo, PowerPoint gives you several slide design options aligned to your company brand guidelines to choose from. You can keep iterating, but let's see what Copilot has helped you build so far. It added speaker notes to every slide, built slide transitions, and added animations, giving you a professional-looking presentation that's on brand. With Copilot as your design, writing, and editing partner, you can focus on nailing your pitch. Microsoft Teams normalized a whole new pattern for meetings, where some of the most animated, productive conversation happens in the chat, with everyone adding ideas to the mix. Copilot and Teams can now reason over both the meeting transcript and the meeting chat to give you a complete picture of what was discussed. Let me show you how. You meet as a team to discuss the customer's RFP. As the meeting wraps, you think you might have missed some important questions in the chat. Now, Copilot in Teams captures this valuable, high-bandwidth conversation. Let's ask Copilot about any questions you may have missed. It quickly scans what was said and what was in the chat, looks for questions, and checks if any were left unanswered. Now you have a list of the open questions so you can follow up and close the loop with the team. With Copilot, every part of the meeting is captured, so no question, idea, or contribution is left behind. OneDrive is a rich repository of content, and with Copilot in OneDrive, finding exactly what you need has never been easier. Copilot helps you work faster and smarter, summarizing your content and answering your questions without ever opening a file. Let's say you need to find the latest product specs for a customer. You go to OneDrive, but you can't tell which of these files is the right one, as they both have file names indicating they could be the latest. Let's ask Copilot to compare them. Within seconds, you have a clear, easy-to-read summary highlighting the important differences between the document and PDF. Now you know the one dated August 13th is what you need, so you can be confident you're giving the customer what they requested. When people want to do their best writing, they turn to Word. Now, Copilot in Word is an even more powerful writing and editing partner, with the ability to access emails, meetings, and content from colleagues right in your document. You can iterate and co-create with Copilot, repurposing valuable content and building on the work of others, rather than reinventing the wheel. To get started on the RFP response, you ask Copilot to reference the latest product specs and mirror the approved format previously used. You had a great meeting on the customer's needs, so you ask Copilot to pull in details from the meeting. Copilot's ability to ground responses in the right content is key to getting high-quality results. Copilot gets to work, creating a plan to craft the document. Within seconds, Copilot executes its plan, automatically attaches a security label to match the source material, and creates your first draft, a task that may have otherwise taken hours to complete. Now it's time to iterate on Copilot's work. It looks like it didn't include updated pricing for this customer. Let's ask it to reference an email and pull in the discount. You want to strengthen the proposal, adding more information on why your products are the best choice and more details on your certifications and standards. Let's put this in a table and add why these certificates are important to retailers. There you go. Now, working with Copilot in Word as a partner, you have a polished RFP response in your standard format with the most relevant and up-to-date information. All it's left to do is win the business. Managing your inbox can feel like a full-time job. We've all felt the pain. As soon as you think you're on top of it, you get buried again. But you can't ignore it. There's critical information in there and items to action. Today, a new inbox is here. One that will transform the way you work with email, ensuring it's in service of you and your goals, rather than the other way around. Introducing Prioritize My Inbox, Let's take a look. Copilot in Outlook can now help you prioritize what's in your inbox. It analyzes all your emails using both the content of your messages and the context of your job, like who your manager is and who's on your team, to highlight what's most important. You can then sort by priority based on Copilot's analysis. Let's look at this email from a new customer, Tailwind Traders. When you select it, Copilot shows you why it thinks it's significant and highlights what action you need to take. This is a key customer for the next few months, so you teach Copilot that all emails mentioning them are top priority. Now Copilot knows to prioritize any email from Tailwind Traders. Copilot is your partner, helping you manage your inbox so you don't miss what's most important. Now let's switch to Outlook Mobile. You have to run to a meeting, but you don't want to leave the customer hanging, so you need to draft a response on the go. We're making it even easier to be productive on your phone with Copilot in Outlook. Copilot analyzes the email and offers some suggested responses. Now all you have to do is pick one as your starting point and instruct Copilot on what else to add. Copilot generates a solid draft, and it's ready for editing. Because this is going to a customer, you want to make it more formal. So you ask Copilot to adjust the tone. You can easily flip through the options and select which version you like the best. The second paragraph could also use an update. You can edit it yourself or ask Copilot to help. Let's highlight the relevant section and tell Copilot what you want to include. Once you're happy with the edits, you can accept the changes and your email is ready to send.
Until now, business processes relied on siloed, purpose-built applications that live well outside the flow of your work. Narrowly focused apps for sales, service, finance, HR. We're enabling every organization to break free of yesterday's take on business process. Introducing Copilot agents. Broadly speaking, agents automate and execute business processes, working with or for humans. They come in all shapes and sizes. They can reason, remember, be trained, and even know when to ask for help. Agents range from simple prompt and response to more advanced agents that automate repetitive tasks, to sophisticated agents that are fully autonomous and can orchestrate other agents. Copilot agents do that and more. They bring the power of agents to you, right in the flow of your work. They work for you in the background, are fully managed and orchestrated by Copilot, and are incredibly easy to create. Copilot agents build capacity, enabling you to scale your team like never before. Take a look.
We'll start in Biz Chat, where we can open a simple agent for a field service technician. Say you're on site and you get an error code you've never seen before. You built a field service agent for exactly this. It has access to all your product knowledge and can give you step-by-step instructions in real time. Now, watch how simple it is for anyone to create the agent we just saw and add it to Copilot. You fire up Agent Builder and describe what you want the agent to do. It needs to be able to reason over your product catalog and repair tickets to provide step-by-step troubleshooting instructions. Let's connect it to SharePoint so it has access to all the knowledge it needs. It's built in seconds, so you can start using it immediately or edit and configure it to fit your needs. You can expand its knowledge base by tapping into resources like SharePoint sites or other IT-approved data sources. You can even update its name or image to align with your company's branding, so let's do that. You can test the agent right here, or just hit create and you're done. And of course, the agent respects your organization's Microsoft 365 and SharePoint security permissions. Now, your Copilot agent is ready in BizChat, and you can share it with your team. Over the years, SharePoint has become the most used solution in the enterprise for knowledge and business process. Today, we're enabling you to turn every SharePoint site into an agent, moving far beyond natural language search so you can fully leverage the value in its vast knowledge repository. Let me show you. Let's say there's an issue that requires further research and follow-up. Your team keeps all its customer records, from deployment to maintenance reports, on a SharePoint site. It's a wealth of valuable insights that's largely been locked away, kind of hard to extract, until now. You can create an agent with a single click from any SharePoint site, library, or folder. An agent that deeply knows the information it was built on. It can answer questions about source material, reason over that material, and take action, just like a well-informed teammate would. In just a few seconds, your Copilot agent is ready to be used or shared with others. Let's add it to your team chat so everyone can work with the agent. Now, all those artifacts in SharePoint are immediately accessible and useful, so Copilot can reason over all the relevant content to find what your team needs. You can @mention the agent as you would any other teammate, sharing new information and asking it questions, and it will respond in real time. Let's take it a step further. Now, we'll edit the agent we just built so it can take action on behalf of the team. First, open your agent in Copilot Studio. Here, you can customize the knowledge an agent has as well as the actions it can take. You want it to be able to place an order for new parts with your procurement team. Let's connect it to Dynamics 365 Supply Chain Management. And in just a few seconds, you're ready to update the agent and bring it back to the team chat where you're working on solving the customer's issue. Let's ask the agent to order the part it recommended. Your agent is on it, asking you to confirm before moving forward. Once you give it the go-ahead, it's done.
Wow, there you have it. Today we showed you how Copilot is the new UI for AI, breaking down the silos between your work artifacts, your communications, and your business processes. You saw web data and work data come together in Pages, the first new digital artifact for the AI era, designed for multiplayer AI collaboration. And with BizChat, all your data becomes a reusable business asset, so you can extract value from it again and again. We're rapidly improving Copilot in the Microsoft 365 apps, with Python in Excel, Narrative Builder in PowerPoint, and Prioritize My Inbox in Outlook. And finally, Copilot agents supercharge every business process, so you can increase revenue and reduce costs. This is just the beginning of Wave 2. We've got so much more to show you in the next 2 months, so stay tuned.